My name's Jim Dingman. I'm from Gold Canyon, Arizona, and in the last 5 years I have found myself getting involved in two areas. One is making hiking sticks out of saguaro cactus. This is an example of one of those sticks. I tell my people that I skin it, I sand it, I put 7 coats of polyurethane into it, and then it speaks for itself. I tell people that it just glistens. It becomes a piece of furniture. Mm-hmm. And the other things that I have, and there's a number of them. One is so I stay on that theme perhaps, this is called a saguaro boot. I tell people, this is something that you and I, if we've been in Arizona and saw a saguaro cactus, this is generally what we would see. All we would see is this hole where a woodpecker has come into that saguaro cactus, bore a hole, and set up some kind of a home. Then he moved out, and therefore it was foreclosed, I guess, and then a cactus wren came in there and brought in his family and set up a condominium. And in all practical purposes, this is like a cocoon. It's inside literally, and the magic of the saguaro is it has built some kind of a coating, like a scab around that, so it's all protected inside, and this goes inside of the sticks, the saguaro spines. Mm-hmm. This is an example in the last 2-3 years that I've gotten involved in this. This is called cholla. This is also a cactus. There are a number of varieties of this particular cholla. This one is called a jumping cholla. I won't really get into that, it would take a while, but you can see I treat it, as it turns out, just like my sticks. Mm-hmm. 7 coats of varnish. Previous to that, I sanded it. You can put things into them. I've had Christmas lights in here. I've had just artificial flowers. Some of them could be a pencil set. You could put pencils, anything that you had, even knitting needles or whatever. It sits really nice. I didn't do anything to that. It speaks for itself again. It becomes a piece of art, but it becomes a ornament for your home.
Where do you get your pieces of cactus?
I have access to a private golf course. It gives me the ability to go find the spines for my saguaro cactus. Mm-hmm. The cactus obviously has to be lying down. For all practical purposes, it was dead. I tell people I bring it back to life. It is. It will last forever. It's very, very light.
There would be a lot of those ribs?
That's good, John. To me, an average size saguaro with a, I don't know, circumference of maybe 2 feet. Mm-hmm. We're talking about maybe 20 of these spines that make that circumference. Uh-huh. They're all locked in. Mm-hmm. I showed you the boot. Uh-huh. There's another item that also runs through the length of that saguaro cactus, and that's a sponge. Mm-hmm. I left them out in my car, John. Uh-huh. But okay. I just found that the saguaro cactus can go a few years without water. Part of that is inside of it is this sponge of sorts. Uh-huh. It's very, very fragile. Once it falls down, it looks like to be dead. I bring it back to life with that varnish. It just seals everything, and it's very, very beautiful.
Well, thank you for bringing your talent to Sibley's West.
Thank you very much. My pleasure.